Good morning. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Tuesday, the 7th of January, 2025. We'll start with the synoptic. We're looking at the situation yesterday at lunchtime with a low pressure out in the North Sea and a series of fronts that were coming down the country. Run that through midnight last night. Low pressure's not moved very far. The fronts have moved. And then through to lunchtime today, we can see the lows moved off a bit in towards sort of Scandinavia. And we've got a westerly flow across southern England with very few fronts around, although there have been a few little snow flurries go through quite recently, about 7 o'clock this morning. Run it through to midnight tonight, and you can see there's a bit of what looks like a call developing over the sort of southwestern approaches, and by lunchtime tomorrow, that should be right over the top of the UK. So we'll need to wait and see what that brings tomorrow. The sat pic shows a reasonable amount of clear sky. There is still some cloud cover around. We've got a little wedge of cloud cover going through right at this moment, but that's not going to be too restrictive throughout the day. I'm hoping that's going to break up into a bit of sunshine. There's a series of showers have gone through, as you can see here. They're now heading off towards Kent and London. But there is another band of showers out sort of over the Bristol Channel and into Wales. And I fear we might get one or two of those later on. But if we're lucky, we'll get full days flying out of it. The rain forecast shows a reasonable gap between the showers that have just gone through and the next band of showers, and I'm remaining confident that we will fly. We won't see very much of those at all. Metals and TAFs, the latest TAF from Odium, which was issued just about an hour and a quarter ago. They're forecasting 230.13 knots, greater than 10K visibility with broken cloud at 2,500 feet. And temporarily between now and 10 o'clock, visibility down to about 4 kilometers and showers, rain and snow. And then temporarily between now and 1 p.m., broken at 800 feet with a 30% chance in the next hour, about 1.5 kilometers visibility in showers and snow, broken at 400 feet. And then temporarily in the afternoon between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, scattered at 1,800 feet. Farnborough, their TAF is a little shorter. They're suggesting 230.10 knots, greater than 10K visibility, scattered at 2,500 feet, with a 40% chance in the next hour it'll be broken at 1,200 feet. And that's pretty much all they have to say on the matter today. Spot winds then to the north of us, 1,000-foot wind is 280.20 knots. To the south of us, 280.30 knots. And if we have a quick look at wind day, I've chosen later on in the day, sort of the 3 o'clock wind this afternoon. That's showing 9 knots westerly straight down the strip, and it's pretty much going to be like that all day, maybe a little bit stronger to begin with. Met Office local area forecast is showing that wind is starting at 10 knots and then decaying at late afternoon. And they're also showing a bit of sunshine getting through, the cloud breaking up, little or no chance of rain. Temperatures maximum of about 4 centigrade. It's going to be cold out there. And with the wind gusting up to about 20 odd knots, it might be the wind chill factor is going to make it feel really cold out there. So a wrap up warm. GFS are forecasting about 4 degrees centigrade at lunchtime. Probably the best we're going to see, with the dew point down at about 1 to 2 centigrade. Quick look out the window shows it's overcast at the moment. I'll just get the latest picture up there. You go 4 minutes past 9. So overcast, but that should break up, and there should be a gap up wind. It'll be a good half an hour, 3/4 an hour before we're actually out there. Sky sight are a little bit pessimistic with the cloud base today, certainly later in the afternoon. And if we have a look at top meteo, there's significant weather is coming through right now, and it shows it clearing up by about lunchtime in terms of anything that's going to affect us. So, no times today then. 10 down at the south here is Goodwood's ATZ. They're operating from 0900 through to 1600. 15 is Oakhanger. That's a restricted area, temporary, which is there for the exclusion of unmanned aerial systems. 16 is Winchester. It's live firing. It's the increase to the height. I think it's up to about 1100 feet. 22 Burfield. It's another Ratford UASs, as is 23 at Welford. These other ones out here are flare firing, and they're after dark. They shouldn't affect us. So let's move on then to the local airfield briefing, and we will start with the Odium cross section. And as you can see, we've got a bit of low cloud to begin with, and that's probably what we've got right outside the window right now. And that should clear through by about 9:30, 10 o'clock, with cloud base going up gradually throughout the day to about 2,000 feet. Surface winds, westerly, 11 knots they're suggesting, which concurs with all the other forecasts. And there's a warning for snow, but I think that's just going to be the odd shower, and certainly earlier on in the day as opposed to later on in the day. So bookings, we've got one K21 on instructional flying. There's a K21 booked by club members, one on casual list, and a K13 available for trial lessons. I'm going to suggest today that if you want to get a K21 out for trial lessons instead, I'm more than happy for that to happen. There's, I think, 3 of these single-seaters do have bookings, but there's availability on all of them. And there's a couple of people in the casual list, so if there's any instructors available, please come and help out. And I'm directing that at you, Russell. You can come out and give us a hand, make use of your new instructor rating. The simulator is also available as per normal. And church notice-wise, it's the usual SPL deadline for conversion. I'm sure you're all aware of that now. There is one movement scheduled for today. It's supposedly 0937. I very much doubt that's going to happen. I've already spoken with 2XL, and they're saying it's been delayed until the conditions on the runway are a bit better. They reckon it's quite slippery out there at the moment. So the general situation is there's a low pressure centred over Scandinavia, which is bringing in sort of brisk westerly winds and the occasional wintry shower throughout the day. It's going to be cold out on the airfield, so wrap up warm. We'll be on runway 27 hard for launching. Cables will be on the boom to the south. We'll be landing on the grass. It is soft to firm. Please avoid using the wheel brakes unless it's absolutely necessary. The last thing we need is big ruts in the grass. And of course, the grass to the south end of the airfield is still saturated and extremely soft. The usual, please do not land or taxi on the disused runways. It's still happening. We had 2 instances at the weekend. We need to try and stop that. And of course, please clean the gliders at the end of the day. So here's your visual representation. Launch point vehicle will be just to the north of the centre line, with area towing to the north of that on the hard. Winch launching from the hard on the south, and cables down the side of the runway. That's it from me today. I shall see you out on the airfield shortly. Have a great day's flying. Please keep it safe, but please have lots of fun as well.